Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of the Vivo X60. So we have already covered the Vivo X60 Pro on this channel. So we had reviewed the X60 Pro, which is priced 49,999. Now we have the Vivo X60, which is priced 37,999. That's 38,000 rupees. You get a triple camera setup, optimized by Zeiss. You get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 chip, 8GB RAM and 128GB storage, and a 120Hz Super AMOLED display with a 4300 mAh capacity battery. And you also get Android 11 with the new FunTouch OS 11. So how good is the device for 38,000 rupees? That's what we are going to talk about in this video. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now when you look at the Vivo X60, it's one of the really good looking devices out there in the sub 40k price segment. When we reviewed the Vivo X60 Pro also, we mentioned that it's a great device in terms of design. It's actually just 7.3 mm in thickness and weighs just 176 grams. It's one of the lightest and slimmest devices out there, and you get a great in-hand feel using the device. And even with the slim form factor, it doesn't compromise on basically anything. That's one of the good things about the Vivo X60. So design has to be one of the strong points of this device, especially the camera layout, the squarish layout, the Vivo branding, and the back panel getting a satin finish. Overall it looks great. The front panel has this punch hole selfie camera which is placed at the center. The bezels have been kept extremely minimal, and you get the USB Type-C port and speaker unit at the bottom, and the well-built device looks really great. Now in terms of build quality, again it's one of the really great devices out there in terms of build quality. You get a back panel which is glass satin finish, and you get Gorilla Glass 6 support on the back panel, and overall build quality feels really solid. And in terms of design and build quality, the Vivo X60 definitely feels really premium for the price segment it is being offered. So that's the design and build quality. Now next let's move on to the display. So this time around Vivo has not compromised on anything in terms of display experience. You get an AMOLED display here, and you get the 120Hz refresh rate. So the Vivo X60, or rather the X50, had 90Hz refresh rate and AMOLED panel, and this time around we have the Vivo X60 with the AMOLED panel and 120Hz refresh rate. Now display quality is great, great colors, great touch response, extremely smooth display, and it's a vivid and bright display. So again we don't have anything to complain in terms of display quality. And you get the short sensation glass which Vivo uses on their premium phones. So you also get protection in terms of the short sensation glass. Remember, back panel is Gorilla Glass 6 and the display is protected with the short sensation glass. So that's the display aspect. So overall we feel the display is again one of the good things about this device. Next let's move on to the software. So this device comes with the FunTouch OS 11 and with Android 11. So FunTouch OS, previously if you have used the Vivo smartphone, it was not the best UIs out there on an Android smartphone. But with the new FunTouch OS, things have changed drastically, and this feels more refined, and even the memory management has drastically improved. The UI with the looks have changed, a lot of customization options, and it looks more like Android than previously. It was not looking that similar to the Android version. So now it feels more or less like Android, and feels really nice in terms of the experience. And even if you look at the memory management, when we tested it was really good. So the optimization done has been really good. There are a few bloatwares included, but you can uninstall them, and some basic apps from Vivo are included. But overall we feel there is a good step forward in terms of UI experience. Vivo has done a really good job here. That's what we feel. It may not be the best UI still out there, but we feel Vivo has done a really good job in terms of the software experience. So next, moving on to the performance. So Vivo X60 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 chip. It's a slightly more powerful chip than the 865 launched last year. You get 8GB RAM, 128GB storage, or 12GB RAM and 256GB storage for this device. And in terms of performance, this is one area where Vivo X60 performed exceedingly well. Great performance all around without any sort of lags, and overall day-to-day experience was really smooth, and the memory management, as I said before, was really good. So it's a really good performing device out there for the 38,000 price segment. And even the gaming experience is really impressive. So Vivo has not done any compromises in terms of performance, and provided a great chipset for the 38,000 price segment. So the Vivo X60 performed really well in terms of the overall experience, in terms of day-to-day experience, and also gaming and heavy task, all the areas it performed exceedingly well. You also get the UFS storage 3.1 support and LPDDR4X RAM on this device. So again, it's really good in terms of performance. Now other aspects, the fingerprint scan and face unlock is extremely fast. We have done, we had showed that in our FAQ video. In case you are not checked, you can check that. The fingerprint scanner and face unlock is extremely fast. You get a in-display fingerprint scanner, and Vivo's in-display fingerprint scanners are really fast. So this device also comes with a really fast fingerprint scanner and unlocking mechanism. Now in terms of network connectivity, you get 5G support and 4G LTE, dual VoLTE, voice over Wi-Fi, all the things are included. Now 5G network, we are not sure which all bands are supported in India because it's not at auction, so we can't confirm whether the Indian bands will be supported, but this device does come with 5G support. Now one of the disappointing aspects probably with the Vivo X60 is that it does not come with dual speakers or other stereo speakers. It comes with a single speakers. For this price segment, Vivo should have gone with a dual speaker system, because if you are a person who listens to a lot of songs, this is not a bad performance, but at this price segment the dual stereo speakers should have been the better choice, at least in this price segment. So that's one of the shortcomings about the Vivo X60. Next, moving on to the cameras. So this device has a triple camera setup, again co-engineered with Zeiss. So we have a 48 megapixel camera which is a Sony sensor, again engineered by in partnership with Zeiss Optics, and f-stop 1.8 aperture. You get a 13 megapixel telephoto and a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and on the front panel you get a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Now we have done a detailed camera review of this device. You can check out that video to find out how the camera performance has been. So in terms of camera experience, this device performed really well. We have done a detailed camera review, and the camera performance was really good. The daylight shots came out really well, good details, good sharpness levels, and good colors as well. And overall the clarity of the photos with good dynamic range, it was really good experience with the daylight shots. The ultra wide angle camera also came in with good details. Again, colors were more or less consistent. Now again, the close-up images also came out really well, especially the macros. One of the really good camera smartphones with excellent macro photography in this price segment. So Vivo X60 did a really good job here. Now in terms of portraits, this is one area where we feel Vivo should be improving. The portraits are kind of average at its best. It still needs improvement. Now the low light experience was really good with f-stop 1.8 aperture and great imaging abilities and extremely good low light experience. The images turned out to be really sharp with lesser noise, good details, and overall clarity was really good. Now the selfie experience again was quite okay. Again, the selfies are more of a personal choice, so I would leave it to the viewers to decide how good the selfie experience is. Now compared to the Vivo X60 Pro, this does not come with a gimbal stabilization, but it does have optical image stabilization. The videos are stabilized except for the 4K 60 FPS. All the other videos are stabilized with the optical image stabilization, so you get a decent footage, although it's not as good as the Vivo X60 Pro, but still with optical image stabilization it performed really well. So that was the camera aspect, and probably one of the best cameras in the sub 40k price segment. The Vivo X60 does exceedingly well in the camera department, although there are still room for improvement. Now finally, the battery life. So this device comes with a 4300 mAh capacity battery with 33 watt charging, and we found that the battery to be quite good. We can get like 6.5 hours of screen on time on an average, which is quite good for a flagship like chipset. And it's not having a very large capacity battery. 4300 isn't bad, but considering how slim this is, the performance is good, and the battery capacity is also kind of okayish, I would say, and overall battery performance is good. 33 watt charging takes around slightly more than an hour to charge, which isn't bad. Again, it's not an exceptional performance because you have seen 65 watt charging in this price segment, but still when you get a lot of things, you have to compromise on some areas. Probably that's one compromise, that you get only 33 watt charging. So that was a detailed review of the Vivo X60. So let's just summarize the pros and cons. The pros include great design and build quality, excellent display, good software experience, great performance, good set of cameras, and a decent battery life. Now the cons of the device, one and the most important con is probably the lack of stereo speakers at this price segment. Second one being probably you can say that the camera experience with the portrait mode needs a bit more improvement. Otherwise this device looks quite good. Now apart from that, there are few bloatwares included in the UI. They're not really bloatware, they are quite useful apps, but still Vivo can avoid this. That's our suggestion. So those are the three cons. They're not some major cons except for the stereo speakers, but otherwise it's a really good device. Now at 37,999, this device makes great value if you're looking for a great device in terms of flagship experience. This provides great experience overall, and at 37,999 it's a great value for money device out there with excellent cameras and great design and build quality. So that is a detailed review of the Vivo X60. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.